Hi, this is Digital Lady Sid, and I'm just going to try to do a real quick video here to show you how these horizontal strips work at the bottom of the hue saturation adjustment layer, and it kind of goes along with the workflow that I put in my blog, which I have links to at on the YouTube here. So just let's do this real quick, and I think this is kind of a creative process, so it's sort of fun to do. Okay, the first thing I want to do is to add a hue saturation adjustment layer. So we're going to go down here, add hue saturation. And we're in the master right now, which shows nothing here between these two horizontal lines. But if you take the hand tool, you've got to sample an area that you want to change the color in. So I want to change this background color of these lilies. So we're going to click that. And now all of a sudden you'll see that this little gray strip shows up in the middle, and what's in the middle there is what is selected. So right now we're in the blue range, and you can see the top color strip will never change. It's always going to look like this. This is just the way everything looks. But if you move this gray thing, you're going to see these colors change. So the first thing I want to do is I'm going to set the hue all the way right, saturation all the way right, and I actually get a pretty good coverage here with this ugly yellow. And you will see now that this bottom line has changed to yellow, so you could see that's now the tones that are being adjusted here. But we don't want a yellow color here. We want to make it something that's going to be pretty. So we're going to just drag this along until we see tones that might work. And I still think I want to kind of keep it in the blue areas here, so we're going to try to find something kind of in the blues. Now that's got blues and purples. So these little, the lines between here can expand or reduce the amount of colors that can be chosen. So I reduce mine because I want more blues in there. The outside tabs are more for transitions. So I can transition those tones a little bit here, and I don't like what happened here at all. And the same thing, this is going to go towards the yellow colors instead of the blues, because that's what this tab does. And it doesn't make much difference a little bit on the leaves. I'm going to keep that close because I don't want to mess with that. All right, that's just kind of rough. This doesn't have to be exact at this point. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to set the hue to 0 by double clicking on the hue word, and saturation back to 0. Then we just take the hue and we move it until we kind of get into a color range that we like. And if I want something a little brighter or a little darker, and I kind of like more of this color tone, I think, the greens in it and everything, we can add the saturation into it, and we can add some lights into it or darks. It makes just a little bit of difference there. But I can also still move this around down here. If I see, look at that. I think that's a little better, and it just pinpoints it a little bit more for me. And so that's you know, basically what it does. You can see the big difference there. And I didn't have to do any selecting or anything. It's just done. Now, I've decided on this picture that I would like to also adjust these lilies. And so we're going to take the hand tool again. I'm going to unclick it and click it again. And I'm going to sample within the lily someplace that, you know, where I would like. I want to get it in one of these bubbles. So we're going to click on a bubble there. And now it tells me that I'm in the yellows. Okay, so we're going to try to do the same thing. We're going to set the hue all the way over. We're going to hit the saturation all the way over. And then we're going to move this once again down here, and look at all the craziness I can get. If I go all the way here, I'm adjusting the back part, and that's not what I want. I want to be up here. And we're going to go with something really kind of crazy with the purples in it, I think. Something like that, and I can still adjust these a little bit. There we are. I can adjust it. This is really fun, creative. Set this back to 0. And now I just move this up the way I want, or back. Yeah, let's see, which way is it going? The reds are kind of cool. And take the saturation up, the lightness up maybe here, and adjust this down here a little bit more. So I bring in some other colors. And that looks pretty good. And then all you have to do is add some contrast back, and you've got kind of a nice looking picture. So that's all I wanted to show you for the tip. If you want more information or to get to the blog on this tip, I have a link down below in YouTube, or you can go to my fun Photoshop blog at sidspics.wordpress.com. I have a tidbits blog where I do all kinds of fun things and not necessarily lots of description on how I do it at digitalladysyd.com, and my website sidjohnson.com. Hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and I'll be talking to you soon. Have a great week. Thanks, Sid.